We Are the Dead, Chapter 5. Sorry, just let me get this straight. Barty smirked. You never get anything straight, hot stuff. Be a crime and outright homophobia if you did. Evan ignored Barty completely. You meet up with your not actually dead brother, and he's immediately cool about you being trans. You ask him to coffee, even though you never reach out, and you forgot to ask where, or when, or get any of his contact info at all. Regulus groaned. Yes, thank you so much for that summary. You astound us all with your brilliance. Evan grinned. Yeah, I know. I'm an inspiration to all lucky enough to see me. You inspire me with desire all the time, Babelicious, Barty agreed, pressing a disgustingly loud and wet kiss to Evan's cheek, leaving a messy lipstick print. The little whore. Fuck off, Bartholomew. Regulus couldn't agree more. The flirting was in no way fixing his situation. He had just resigned himself to death by drowning, so Sirius couldn't be mad at him for ditching when Pandora, the angel that she was, showed up. Have you asked Remus for your brother's number yet? Oh, oops. Yep, just getting on that. Pandora looked unimpressed. I knew it. I texted him. You and Sirius are meeting at the new boba place by the library in 42.5 minutes. Regulus processed this. You and Remus both thought of this yesterday, didn't you? Pandora smiled brightly. I suggested boba so you could use your balls joke as an icebreaker. Regulus decided she was a saint. Have I ever told you how much I love you, Panda Bear? Yeah, a few times. Thanks. Good. So at 10 a.m., Regulus stepped out of Barty's car, only to be met by Sirius parking the next spot over in an obnoxious van painted blue and green, with Mystery Machine emblazoned on its side in a disgusting 70s orange. Because of fucking course. You came! Sirius seemed more thrilled by this fact than would be fair, considering he had only recently decided not to hate his little brother. So did you, Regulus offered a hesitant smile. Because progress. Yeah, well, who can say no to boba? Dart, Regulus cleared his throat when the word came out as a squeak. Damn right. Sirius smiled at the voice crack, seeming either amused or affectionate. Maybe both. Get out of my car doorway, Black. Barty's voice was definitely amused. Bastard. Yeah, okay, Regulus agreed, sticking his most centric finger up in Barty's direction. He couldn't stop himself from yelling as the car zoomed off at an unsafe pace. Thanks for the ride, you cute little soccer mom. So, Sirius looked almost wistful. Your friends seem cool? He was trying. Oh, how Sirius was trying. They're the worst. I love them all so much. Sirius laughed, but it sounded wrong. It wasn't the laugh from the bistro. It was quieter. His laugh from the house. Regulus decided to try too. If Sirius could, so could he. Remus is the best. You're so lucky he's your friend. It came out colder than Regulus intended. He really did like Remus. Despite Regulus's ice, Sirius seemed encouraged. He is, isn't he? There was an awkward silence. Yeah, and the others, they seem cool, pretty fun. Sirius offered a smile. I love those wankers. The, tall one, not Remus, he took me in after... Regulus couldn't do it. Let's get tea, yeah? Sirius seemed relieved, if a bit disappointed. You're paying, Mr. Heir to the most noble and ancient house of Black. They got tea. Man, they gave me, no bubbles, Sirius whined as they left the shop. I want more balls. He was trying to be casual, even silly. Regulus could try too. Literally me when I get bottom surgery. Sirius stared blankly at Regulus for what seemed longer than necessary, until a sudden laugh burst out of him. A real one, loud and violent and booming. Did you just make an actual joke? Aw, little Regulus, you're all grown up. I'm sorry, I know it's totally weird, and you barely know me, and I'm a guy now, which is what? Regulus let out a fake, frazzled laugh. Sorry about all this. Sirius looked at him for a second, looking sad. He'd always been too easy to read. That's bull. Mom and Dad may be jerks, but I'm no... Sorry, I have to ask. His voice came out quicker and quicker, as if it was running away from him, the same way that it had always gotten him in trouble as a kid. Did they really make you give a speech at my funeral? Regulus took a second to process the question. No, they... Otherwise Mother would have given it, and, seemed... Regulus trailed off. He didn't seem to like her much, is all. Sirius laughed again, another real serious laugh, but this one somehow softer. Thanks for that. Sorry for, thinking you were just ignoring me because you were a baby bigot. Sorry you felt ignored, and for thinking you were dead. Regulus let out another pained, fake laugh. Oops. What did they say? Sirius's voice was soft. It never got that way with anyone else. He was loud and fun and never vulnerable. This voice had always just been for Regulus. You never came back from that school. Regulus chose his words slowly, carefully. They said you'd shame the family, then implied, well, you know how Mother can get so violent. We always said she'd go too far and accidentally kill one of us. Sirius processed this for a long, long time. Damn. What actually happened? You said you moved in with your friend. Why you didn't come back? Sirius looked down. At school, he told me his house was a safe space for kids like me. Like us, I mean. So I agreed. Father met me back at the station. I told him I was staying with a friend. He told me not to come back. Regulus sat in the realization. It was Sirius's choice. He chose to leave. He chose to leave Regulus. He chose to leave Regulus alone. And you didn't. I texted you, Regulus. I did. And emailed. I even wrote letters. I went to that goddamn house when you didn't respond. Planned to drag you out by your hair if I had to. Creature, I told Mr. Creature to tell you to reach out, but you never did, so I thought, well, you'd been with them alone for a year. I wasn't there to tell you they were wrong. Sirius's voice sounded almost pleading, rising and falling dramatically with his emotions. He never hid them well. I lost my phone for a month, Regulus informed Sirius, his voice standing in stark contrast with his brother's. Coldly level, deadly calm, void of inflection. And Mother found it, as she said, and gave it back to me. And you didn't. You gave up on me in less than a month. You... The guilt in Sirius's eyes turned to anger, just as Regulus was used to. I got nothing from you, Ursa. I never have. I've always given to you, protected you. You have no effort, and I was fucking tired. Oh yes, I bet it was so hard staying with a friend at a safe place, just thinking of what a bigoted loser your little sister Ursa was. Regulus spat the last part like venom. Sirius paled. Regulus, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to... Regulus couldn't let him finish his sentence. He didn't want to hear whatever lame excuse was coming. No, it's okay. I've barely been in the thoughts of the great, happy Sirius Black for years. I'm just a figment of his past, all those pretty boxed up, tied up with a bow. Can't expect you to waste your valuable mental energy on a silly little new name. Regulus couldn't try at that moment. He couldn't. Oh, so what? It'd be fine if I was miserable just like you, right? You never once cared about my happiness. You just didn't want to suffer alone. You realize how fucked up that is? Newsflash, my happiness never stood in the way of yours. You just don't want me to be happy. You were in that house a little too long, huh? God, look at you. You're just like them. Regulus stared blankly ahead. He couldn't. I'm going back to my dorm. Regret flashed through the anger on Sirius's face. Wait, I didn't mean... Come on, let me dry... Regulus cut him off with a cold glare. No, wouldn't want to get in the way of your perfect fairy tale happiness. No regrets. He let out a harsh laugh. Say hi to that kid for me. You know, the one who took you in, your new brother? Regulus 2.0, right? Oh, sorry, that's not it. Is he actually Ursa 2.0? Because apparently I'm just what they shaped me into, right? Right? You can keep repressing, shoving me into that little box again? Forget all about the little fuck-up you couldn't save. Regulus didn't give Sirius the chance to respond. Regulus didn't give Sirius the chance to come after him, because he knew he wouldn't take it. And Regulus couldn't.